It's the dead of winter on the north shore of Lake Superior. The temperature is only a few degrees above zero, but it's dropping and the wind is picking up. We're at a true off-grid cabin on the shore of the Great Lake. And so we're here to spend the next couple of days exploring this gem of Minnesota in the dead of winter. Originally, the plan was to have the whole family along for this one, but unfortunately our daughter Olivia was feeling a little sick, and so the family adventure is going to have to wait for another time. But I just arrived with my dog, and we're here to have a good time at this cabin. It has all the essentials that you need to stay comfortable. However, we're bringing in a little bit of extra power on this trip. Now I want to note that this episode is sponsored by our long-term partner, Anker Solix. They've equipped us with energy solutions for all of our cabins, and have been a great support to this channel and our family as well. And so while we're here at the cabin, we're going to be using the Anker Solix F3800 to power a refrigerator, electric tea kettle, TV to watch It's a Wonderful Life with our heated blanket, and of course to charge the camera batteries and my phone. So this is a really cool cabin. You know, it's always fun when we find these off-grid gems around the state, and I never imagined we'd find one with a view of Lake Superior like this. But here we are, and we're pumped to spend the next day and a half not only enjoying this place, but getting out and exploring the North Shore in the wintertime. As you can see, the cabin is very well designed and cozy. In the sitting area here, you've got this awesome swinging chair, which looks just incredibly comfortable. It has a really nice kitchen setup with pots, pans, and everything else you're gonna need, as well as a kitchen table where you can eat your meals or just hang out. For heat, it utilizes a propane fireplace, which not only keeps the cabin warm, but offers an awesome ambiance as well. The cabin does have a loft, which is where you can sleep if you choose to, and it also has a sitting area with an awesome view of Lake Superior. There's an outhouse outside, as well as a wood-fired sauna, which we're definitely going to utilize on this trip. And so all in all, it's a pretty sweet spot.
So the plan for this trip is to enjoy this place as much as possible while also getting out and exploring the North Shore. I think today we're probably going to just get out for one hike, but tomorrow we're going to try to get out and explore a new trail, maybe two if we're lucky, and see what this place is like in the dead of winter.
Ellie and I are heading down to hike the coast before it gets to be too late and too cold. And while we're on our way, I want to tell you a little bit about the Anker Solix F3800. This thing is not only perfect for off-grid adventures like what we're having, but it's also great backup power for your home. This thing's got a new bi-directional inverter that supports up to 6,000 watts of power. For context, our electric kettle ran about 1,400 watts of power, which is still quite a bit, but doesn't come close to maxing this thing out. So not only can you run high-powered appliances, but with dual voltage output, you can run multiple appliances at once. And there's so much compatibility here. You've got 6 AC outlets, 5 USB, 3 of which are fast chargers. It does have a DC carport, an RV outlet, and an output for charging an EV. So as you can see, there are so many ways to utilize this thing. So right now we're headed to Paradise Beach, which is one of our favorite spots to check out Lake Superior because it's just so accessible. It's very beautiful, very natural shoreline as well. Unfortunately, the pull-off here isn't plowed really, so we're gonna have to park on the side of the highway, but there's plenty of room, so it's no biggie. To me, this is the North Shore. Rugged coastline, pine trees, rocks jetting out from the lake, and of course, just brutal extremes in the weather. You can see that the wind whips so hard here that it has blown all of the snow off the beach. And that's pretty incredible because you've seen how much snow we have here right now. It's a lot.
The wind was whipping right then and there, but it was undetectable to me because it was blowing out towards the lake and the pine trees behind us were giving us a bit of a windbreak. I discovered just how powerful that wind really was when I sent my drone out to this little rock island. I got the shot that I wanted and then attempted to fly back to shore, only to discover that my drone didn't have enough physical power to overcome the wind. And so, distressed and a little panicked, I thought my drone was just gonna have to die right here on this rock island. But that's when I discovered that there was a point jetting out from the shoreline that was across the wind. I had about 60% battery life left, and so I thought if I could just make it over there, I could at least set it down on the shore and go hike over and collect it. Slowly but surely, I made it back to the shoreline. And I cannot tell you how relieved I was.
Oh wow, take a look at this tree here. Look at that color. Man, if that doesn't say Christmas, I don't know what does. In fact, take a look at it here mixed with the pine. Wow, that is beautiful. Oh wow, check this out. Got a campsite here. I've walked this beach a bunch of times. I've never noticed this. Let's check it out quick. It seems as though this might be the site right here. Although I don't see any sort of firing or anything. And the bathroom is right there. It'd be pretty sweet to camp right on Lake Superior like this.
After checking out the campsite, I decided we should probably head back towards the cabin.
I'm definitely a sucker for a good fire because it is cold. I want to say we're probably at like 5 degrees Fahrenheit right now. But thankfully this thing's burning hot. I'm getting some good heat off of it. I do have quite a treat for this evening. Got some High West Campfire. That's right. Doesn't get any more fitting than that. And what this is a blend of straight rye whiskey, straight bourbon whiskey, and blended malt Scotch whiskey. And I think it's called Campfire because that Scotch is going to give it a little smoky taste. So let's see how it is. Now I'm also going to do something that I haven't done in a while. We're going to do a little snow cocktail. The snow chills the whiskey. It also waters it down just a little bit, kind of like having an ice cube. A little bit of snow off the tree. Okay, let's see how it is. Cheers. That is really, really good. You can definitely taste the bourbon. I taste that for sure. But you also really get that smokiness from the Scotch. It's a really nice blend. I wouldn't have thought that mixing Scotch with bourbon and rye would taste good, but this is amazing.
After enjoying the fire for a little while longer, it was time to head inside and make some dinner. Being able to power a refrigerator makes all the difference. If we stored food outside, everything would freeze up. And dealing with soggy food in a cooler is kind of a pain. So I'm grateful to have plenty of power to be able to store our food this way. Bless this food. Help us to be safe tonight, and let's have a great time out here as well. Amen.
Just perfect. This is the perfect type of meal. Warm, hearty, and just comforting.
After dinner, it was time to watch It's a Wonderful Life.
I owe everything to George Bailey. Help him, dear Father. Joseph, Jesus, and Mary, help my friend, Mr. Bailey.
And to make this experience as cozy as possible, I brought up my brand new heated blanket from Bedsure. What we love about it is that it has 2 different controls. So when I'm at home with Riley, she can set her desired heat and I can set mine. It has 10 heat settings, 10 time settings, and an 8-hour timer for auto shut off. And the best part of all, it's completely machine washable.
You know, sir, he's got the IQ of a rabbit.
Oh, this is the life. The only thing that would be better is if the girls were with us. Definitely miss them. This is such a great movie too. I just love stories that showcase the human heart for each other, you know? I think it's so easy to get bogged down with the negativity in the world, but honestly, I think most people care about each other. It's good to remember that.
My big brother George, the richest man in town.
Good morning, girl. How you doing? You want to go outside? Do you have to go potty? Or do you want patty pats? You want patty pats. Well, good morning. It's -6 and sunny. Very, very cold out there. In fact, the wind is gusting so much they've got an advisory out. Wind chill is -40 degrees Fahrenheit. I think the wind might die down a little bit more after 10 a.m. and so that might open up our possibilities of going out and doing some sort of a hike. But first, let's take a look at our power station and see how much juice we have left. If you take a look, we got 47% left, which is approximately 25 hours, and so this thing should easily hold out for the remainder of our trip.
Now, if we had brought solar panels with us, we could recharge this thing with 2,400 watts of solar from 0 to 100 in just 1.8 hours. But thankfully, when we get home, we can utilize the AC input and charge it up all the way in just an hour and a half. The F3800 is a long-lasting power station designed for 10 years of everyday use. They use safe and reliable batteries, which can handle 3,000 charge cycles or more. And with smart temperature control, the batteries stay healthy and protected until the last charge. After having my coffee, I headed out to the sauna to start warming the place up.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so awesome. We've got a wood-fired sauna here. So what that means is we gotta start a fire and then wait a little while for it to get hot in here. Maybe we'll cook some breakfast in the meantime or something, we'll see.
Now that we've got a fire going, it's just a matter of time until this place heats up.
It's pretty funny. Riley was going to the store, so I asked her to get me sausage, and she got Polish sausage. Not exactly the same as breakfast sausage, but you know what? It's going to taste great nonetheless. Dear God, thank you for another day to be alive. Help us to have a good time, to stay safe. Amen. Very solid. As you can see on that first bite, I got some sausage, egg, and cheese. Just the perfect mixture. It's definitely warmed up. Let's check on this fire. Oh yeah. That thing is rolling.
After the sauna, I made sure the truck would start, and then we headed off to go for a hike. We are headed to Cascade River State Park. We're going to try to do a little hike along the river to a couple of different waterfalls, which should be iced over, which would look really, really cool. Also, it's still very cold. It is 2 degrees, but that wind chill is still bringing us well below zero. So we'll see how far we get, but either way, it's going to be a nice little outing. Let Ellie stretch her legs a bit and check out the river. And just like that, we're coming to our first falls. It's just right off the road here. Oh, wow. Holy cow. Good job, Elle. Ellie's not minding her boots. In fact, I think she really likes them. Feels good on her feet. Oh, wow. Oh, man. That is so beautiful, but terrifying at the same time. Multiple drops, ice cold water. Pretty incredible. Oh, man. Wow. You can definitely tell why this was designated as a state park. It's next level beauty. All right, let's keep going. So cool. Well, so I guess that's it for the falls. There are more trails that take you further up into the mountains here, but I don't think today's the day for that. But man, what an incredible park, what an awesome trail, and what a great time of year to be here and to see these waterfalls. It just shows the extremes of our seasons here in Minnesota, and it's definitely worth braving the cold to check that out. After the hike, we headed back to the cabin to relax a little bit before dinner.
Man, tonight would have definitely been the night for the fire outside. It's so much nicer out there. The wind is gone, and we've got a nice sunset coming on. But hey, we got a fire in here, we got some whiskey. Life is good.
Amen. This quesadilla looks amazing. That ground beef tastes so good, and that pico is adding a nice little spice to it.
Just crossed over into the twilight zone. Rolly! Come on, fella. Come on. Where you been, huh?
All right, it's time to hit the hay. I decided to sleep down on the main floor, mainly because it gets really hot up in the loft due to the heat rising from the stove. But also, it's just so awesome sleeping down here by the fire. I think Ellie appreciates it as well. So we're going to get some good sleep, I have no doubt. And we'll see you guys bright and early in the morning. Good night. Good morning. We slept great. It was so awesome waking up every now and then to the flickering of the flames in the stove, and it was just super comfortable. So very, very grateful for that. Just gonna enjoy a little bit of coffee here and soak in some of the last few moments here at the cabin. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for this adventure. Thank you so much for coming along. As you can see, the power station is at 0, but it lasted the full day and a half that we were here, and we maxed that thing out. I just can't believe all the things that we were powering off of that. Everything from a tea kettle to a heated blanket, our refrigerator, all of our camera batteries, a TV, and more. It's just so cool that that unit can power so many different things and help us have such an awesome and safe, comfortable experience.
And so in my opinion, the Anker Solix F3800 is an awesome power station to have for off-grid or camping adventures, but also for backup energy in your home. You can actually have this thing installed into your electrical system so that when the power goes off in a storm or something else, this thing will kick right in and keep you connected. It does support expansion batteries, and you can even tether 2 of these units together to double your power output. And so if you're interested in the Anker Solix F3800, I have a link in the description of this video, and I also have a link below for the BedSure dual control heated blanket. We love that as well.
And I want to make sure to give a shout out to our patrons who generously donate to this channel. Thank you guys so much. Your generosity means the world to us, and we're so grateful for you and everyone who watches these videos. But for now, it's time for me to get home to the family. We'll see you next week. God bless.